forced the Justice Department to release unclassified files related to the convicted sex offender. Many of Epstein's victims emotionally, you see them right here, gathering on Capitol Hill and hugging as the bill passed. It comes after the bill cleared the House overwhelmingly this afternoon. The final tally in the lower chamber, 427 to 1. The bill could head to President Trump's desk as soon as this week, and he said yesterday that he would sign it into law. The big question tonight, what's inside the files and how soon could they be public? Hallie Jackson has been tracking it all and starts us off tonight.
The bill is passed.
What looked like a long shot, tonight just one step from becoming law. The House nearly unanimously passing a bill to force the release of Justice Department files on Jeffrey Epstein, with only one Republican voting no.
It's time for the Epstein class to go, to be held accountable.
Then the Senate moving quickly to clear it too. House lawmakers acknowledging some Epstein abuse survivors in Washington to witness the moment, including the family of Virginia Roberts Giuffre, one of the most prominent Epstein accusers, who died by suicide earlier this year. What does this moment mean to you?
She did it. She did it. She paved the way for the survivors to continue to come forward and to continue to fight.
At the Capitol, a candlelight vigil for survivors. President Trump resisted backing the bill for months before a surprising political pivot, now saying he'll sign it into law. In an Oval Office meeting with the Saudi Crown Prince, the president bristling at a series of questions, including about Epstein.
Mr. President, why wait for Congress to release the Epstein files? Why not just do it now?
It's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. He gave me none, zero, no money to me. But he gave money to Democrats.
That coming just days after the president snapped at a Bloomberg reporter attempting to ask a follow-up question about Epstein. White House saying the reporter last week behaved in an inappropriate and unprofessional way, but Bloomberg saying they asked questions without fear or favor. President Trump has directed the DOJ to investigate Democrats connected to Epstein, even after the Justice Department suggested it close the case this summer. Any active investigation could let the Justice Department withhold certain documents. What makes you think you would actually, if this bill passes, see these files, that the public would see them?
There are 1,000 survivors. They can't open enough investigations to cover up everything that's in these files.
President Trump has not been accused of any wrongdoing related to Epstein. His allies in Congress blasting Democrats.
They don't care about the victims. They only care about one thing, and that's trying to embarrass Donald Trump. They hope and pray there's something in these documents that will embarrass Trump.
Now, fallout growing from the Epstein scandal, with Larry Summers, the Treasury Secretary under former President Bill Clinton, saying he's stepping back from public commitments after emails showed extensive correspondence between Summers and the sex offender. Summers saying he's deeply ashamed of his actions.
Hallie joins us now live. Hallie, these documents could be released as early as this week. Do we know what exactly is in these Epstein files?
So, Tom, the bill directs the DOJ to release things like travel records, internal DOJ communications. But remember, victims' privacy and any active investigations will be a factor. A senior White House official says the bill will be signed once it gets to the president, and that will start the 30-day clock for the Justice Department. Tom?
All right, Hallie, thank you. We're going to stay in Washington now. President Trump also today meeting with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince. His first meeting at the White House since the murder of a prominent journalist that the U.S. believes the Saudi leader was behind. The president weighing in on that case today. Here's Garrett Hake.
Tonight, President Trump rolling out the red carpet for Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, offering the kingdom's de facto ruler a lavish welcome, including an honor guard on horseback and a military flyover, including several F-35 jets, the same type of advanced fighters the president plans to sell to Saudi Arabia. President Trump touting Saudi Arabia's $600 billion of investments in the U.S.
What it really means for everybody that really counts is jobs, a lot of jobs.
Now saying the Saudi investment could rise to $1 trillion.
You're saying to me now that the $600 billion will be $1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing to facilitate that,
I like that word.
That friendly reception for the Crown Prince, a major reversal from the international ostracism he faced after the CIA concluded he ordered the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi in 2018. President Trump interrupting a question about the killing.
A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happened, but he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that.
The Crown Prince, who has denied ordering the murder, responding.
We've improved our system to be sure that nothing happened like that, and it's painful and it's a huge mistake.
While President Trump was pressed about his family's business dealings in Saudi Arabia, including Trump-branded luxury properties.
I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually.
The Crown Prince also suggesting he could join President Trump's signature Abraham Accords, normalizing relations with Israel, if there is a path to a Palestinian state.
I think you have a very good feeling toward the Abraham Accords.
Yes, definitely, Mr. President. We want peace for the Israelis. We want peace for the Palestinians.
All right, with that, Garrett joins us now live from the White House. And Garrett, the Saudi Crown Prince was also pressed today about the role of Saudi Arabia and the 9/11 terror attacks.
Yeah, Tom, the Crown Prince said he felt the pain of victims' families and condemned the attacks, but the 9/11 Families Group tonight called it imperative that any Saudi government official who conspired with the attackers be brought to the U.S. to face justice. Tom?
Okay, Garrett Haig for us. Also breaking tonight, the singer David is now being identified as a suspect weeks after the remains of a teenager were found in a Tesla that belonged to him, according to an LAPD source. Camila Bernal has the late-breaking developments.
Tonight, singer David, now a suspect in connection with the death of Celeste Rivas, according to a Los Angeles police source with direct knowledge of the investigation, telling NBC4 Los Angeles. The 15-year-old's decomposed remains were found in September inside a Tesla registered to him at a Los Angeles tow yard. But the girl was reported missing last year, according to authorities. Now, the LAPD source saying David has not been cooperative, adding Rivas' death likely occurred in the spring, and that the singer likely had help in dismembering and disposing of the body. Law enforcement sources have said the remains were not intact, and according to the medical examiner, it appeared the girl, who was described as having wavy black hair and weighing about 71 pounds, had been dead inside the Tesla for an extended period of time. The singer David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, rose to fame on TikTok and was on tour when the body was found this summer. Now, David at the center of this gruesome and devastating investigation. And Rivas' remains were identified through forensics, but we still don't know the circumstances around how she went missing or how she died. Tom?
Camila Bernal, those new developments.